And welcome to another video on our talent for Shadow or for a Dragonflight deep dives. We're going to be covering Fury Warrior today. I am Buckblind, and on the bottom right corner of the screen, that is QQ underscore Bioshock. Uh, we already kind of covered the class warrior tree in our arms video in depth, so we're just going to run through real quick. We really haven't changed our talent picks from what we did in that video, so I'll run through what we've selected. First off the bat, there is a difference, as we touch up on that video as well. You have Berserker Stance for your first given talent that they just give you automatically. It is a combat state that increases the damage of your auto attacks by 10% and reduces the effectiveness of fear, sap, and incapacitate effects on you by 15%. So that is different than Fury or than Arms. After that, we went ahead and put points into Berserker Rage, Impending Victory, War Machine, Fast Footwork, Honed Reflexes, Heroic Leap, and then over on the right side, we've got Siphoning Strikes, Thunderclap, Furious Blows. All of that's the same as we had for Arms. Then in the next section, we've got Crushing Force, we've got Reinforced Plates, and Frothing Berserker. Again, same as what we had for Arms. We also have Overwhelming Rage, Barbaric Training, Sidearm, Blood and Thunder, Seismic Reverberation, and Double Time, which I believe is also what we had for Arms. Again, the other difference is down here in the last section. We have a dual wield specialization, which increases the damage while dual wielding by 5%, rather than a single weapon or two-handed weapon, is what Arms is. So then down in that final part, I have Armored to the Teeth, Quick Thinking, Thunderous Roar, Thunderous Words, Uproar, Cruel Strikes, Spear of Bastion, and Elysian Might. Do you have anything different than that?
No.
All right. So if you want to go ahead and start us off on the Fury Tree, go and do those first
I'll
three. Do the first
yeah,
three
I'll do the
rows
first
there.
three. Yep. So start with Bloodthirst. This is the normal Fair War ability. It's been in the game since vanilla. That's just your go-to spell. It's your filler spell.
Yep.
Next is Raging Blow, which is still the same as it is in live. Generates a little bit of rage. Has a chance to instantly reset its own cooldown. Does alright damage. Next row is Improved Enrage. Enrage increases your haste by 15% and your movement speed by 10% for that talent. Enrage Generation is your defensive. That's a 30% damage reduction, and Bloodthirst heals for 20% of your maximum health, and is usable while stunned. Not the heal ability, but the damage reduction is usable while stunned.
Gotcha.
The last one here is Improved Execute, which, like Arms, is Execute no longer costs rage. Oh, no, Arms isn't the exact same, but for the Fury, it's Execute no longer costs rage and now generates 20 rage. For a second, I thought it was the same as Arms, but it's not the same.
Now, I do like, especially, this is where Fury... So, Fury Warrior is one of those classes that was really good for speedrunning. Not so much in Shadowlands because of what they did with Heroic Leap and made it like a level 35 talent or something. Instead of being, I think it was baseline? Or you got it a lot earlier or something and before that. Because I know leading up to BFA, Fury Warrior was really, really good for speedrunning. But Heroic Leap's a little earlier in the talent. I actually like Fury Warrior with speedrunning, with a lot of the class trees that they had. Also, that Enraged Regeneration for a speedrun, that is fantastic. Because having Bloodthirst restore an additional 20% health is really nice.
Yeah.
Alright, so then we have improved Bloodthirst on this last row here. Bloodthirst damage is increased by 10%. Excuse me. The next talent is Fresh Meat. Bloodthirst always enrages you the first time you strike a target, and it has a 15% increased chance to trigger Enrage. So that's nice. Give that Enrage right off the bat. War Paint, you take 10% reduced damage while Enrage is active. Nice passive defensive there. And then Invigorating Fury, Enraged Regeneration lasts 25% longer and instantly heals for 20%. So that's also a nice little
Also
cooldown there.
survival buff. Yep.
hmm Sudden Death looks like it's similar to how it was for Fury. Your attacks have a chance to reset the cooldown of Execute and make it usable on any target regardless of their health. Um, Then Improved Raging Blow. Raging Blow has 2 charges and a 20% chance to instantly reset its cooldown. Alright, so take us through here, and what are you getting with a Mythic Plus view on it?
Ah,
So
it's
obviously
tough.
we're taking Bloodthirst and Raging Blow.
Yep.
Kind of don't have a choice.
I think improved rage is good. Enrage is good. I think improved execute's good.
I agree.
Now, not gonna spoil too much in the tree, but they both have good AoE stuff in the right side and the left side, and the when you get towards the bottom.
Yeah, and
So
I kind of feel like you almost have to take Enraged Regeneration.
yeah,
Because it looks like Rampage is locked and blocked by that.
yeah.
So kind of like how Arms was,
It's
you almost have to take it.
I'm not familiar enough with Fury, and I haven't really tested much of it in the PTR yet. But I mean, yeah, and Rage Regen for sure. I put points in improved execute, improved in rage. I'm
Yeah,
trying to think of
so Rampage, the way that Fury worked for AOE, at least back when I played it in BFA, and it looks like you have an improved Whirlwind talent that's gonna do what it used to do, where your next 2 single target attacks strike up to 4 additional targets for 45% of the damage. Um, and it also makes Whirlwind generate rage instead of costing rage. The big hard hitting ability with that was Rampage. Um,
mm,
and Rampage is blocked by that defensive, so I think you don't have a choice. I think you have to take in Rage Regeneration because Rampage is was one of the
so
stronger hitting single targets, and
oh,
turning it
more sheer
Whirlwind,
damage.
yeah, and Whirlwind turned that into an AOE. So Rampage was like a key, crucial part of the rotation.
Yeah.
Um,
Um. So I think thinking of it like that, I think we kind of have to go into the right side of the tree for the whirlwind.
Agreed. Yeah. And again, we'll right now we'll just kind of look at this first part and see what we've got, and then we'll go through the
Yeah.
second section and then kind of make our decisions after that. I
Okay.
think I'm taking improved enrage, like you said, and improved execute and enrage regeneration. So I'm taking basically the
Yeah.
first 3 rows, taking everything in it.
Yeah.
Um, I
Yeah.
think for
The
as far as unlocking rampage goes,
I think war paint over
that's
invigorating fury.
That's what I'm thinking too. That getting a 30% damage or 40% damage reduction during that time is going to be good.
Where are you gonna? Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
or no, never mind. It's a 10% reduced while enrage is active, which
Yeah.
it's just a passive 10% you're going to get almost all the time.
Almost up all the time. Yeah.
Um,
I'm trying to decide. Like, I think improved raging blow is good to have because raging blow is a
yes.
good ability.
Well, and again, so the way that Fury Warrior typically works is Whirlwind makes all your single target abilities. And this is what I was talking about earlier during our arms video. How in Whirlwind, when you use it, you're going to use it like every 3 GCDs, unless you have a cooldown that you're going to use, because when you use it, your next 2 single target attacks become AOE abilities,
Yeah.
and Raging Blow is very good for that. Uh, I mean, basically, it was you would use Whirlwind, and then you would use Rampage, Raging Blow, or Bloodthirst. You would use one of those 3, or you use two. Your next 2 GCDs were always one of those 3, and then you would Whirlwind again. Again, will that be the play style? It looks like it's definitely going to be an option of that play
Yeah.
style. Ooh, yeah, okay, we'll get to that. Definitely going to be going down the right side.
Yeah.
I saw something I really like. Sudden
Ravager?
sudden death. I think. No. Sudden death. I think you're definitely going to take with what I saw in mind. So I'm putting a
Yeah.
point into sudden death, and
Okay.
I'm going to actually take my point out of improved. Hmm. Okay, for right now, I'm going to leave a point out of sudden death and put improved bloodthirst because I do want to have access to that left side of the tree just in case there's stuff on there. Um, I don't think
Okay.
fresh. I don't think fresh meat is really worth it. As well,
It's actually pretty good.
yeah. I was looking at the first one, but the first part of that,
I
second part
I
of it,
think
I think
I
I
think
I think
that
I'm taking that over improved bloodthirst actually.
I was gonna say that too. I think Bloodthirst damage is insane, and the 10% is not gonna change it that much.
Yes.
But having an increased chance to enrage all the time when you Bloodthirst is
Yep.
really nice.
Yep. I was thinking that the bloodthirst. I didn't even pay attention to the 15%. I was thinking just, oh, the first time you strike a target, who cares?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the 15% chance, that's kind of important because enrage is a big part of Fury Warrior.
Yeah.
All right, so uh, go ahead and go on to our next section.
The next just 3 talents here, we got Focus in Chaos. Your auto attacks have no penalty to hit from dual wielding while during enrage, because when you dual wield 2 weapons for Titan's Grip, you have a penalty in your auto attacks, I'm pretty sure, like 5 or 10% or something like that. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's getting at. Next one is Rampage. That's a must. That's just your go-to rage dumper. It does mad damage. And then Cruelty. While enraged, Raging Blow deals 15% more damage. Has a 30% chance to instant reset its own cooldown.
All
That's good
right.
to get too.
Yep, I honestly think so for sure Rampage and Cruelty, and most
Yeah,
likely, we'll go through these next bit here. Most likely, we're gonna want to put a point into Focus and Chaos as well, but we'll wait and see.
yeah,
All right, I am going to do these first 3, and then you can do the middle 3, and then I'll do the next 3, because I don't want to do 9 all at once. That's a lot on this row.
yeah. No
So we're kind
worries.
of break up this row a little bit.
Yep.
All right, so the first one is Single-Minded Fury. While dual wielding a pair of one-handed weapons, your damage done is increased by 5%, and movement speed is increased by 5%. So that's really good for speed running. But from everything I have seen, they basically have come out and flat out said, and again, this might have changed, but I know like a week ago or so, they basically flat out came out and said that they intend for single-minded fury to not be the primary. It's not going to be it's not going to compete. Basically, it's going to be very underwhelming if you're trying to push big numbers. Um,
Right.
it's they don't. I don't know why. I don't know why they wouldn't want to try to balance it with. I'm assuming Titan's grip is probably somewhere. Um, I, I'm not sure exactly. I think Titan's grip was the other thing, but I don't know if they have that in here or not, if it's built in or what. But yeah, no, I feel like they should try to balance them out rather than just flat out say, well, we don't really want single-minded fury as being part of it. If that's their, I kind of agree with what a lot of people have said, where if they're just flat out going to say, you have single-minded fury, but it's not going to be as good as not. It's going to be a downgrade rather than an upgrade. Just take it out. Don't have it. Just make fury flat out. You have to use two-handed weapons on both sides. Just I don't
Yeah.
know. Anyway, moving on. Cold Steel, Hot Blood. Bloodthirst critical strikes generate 4 additional rage and inflict a gushing wound that leeches. This tooltip says 0 health. I'm assuming that's wrong. Over 6 seconds. And then we have Vicious Contempt. Bloodthirst deals 25% increased damage to enemies who are below 35% health. And if you put 2 points in it, it deals 50% increased damage. So go ahead and go on to the next 3 for us.
Okay, next we got Frenzy and Rampage. Increase your haste by 2% for 12 seconds, stack up to 4 times. This effect is reset if you Rampage a different primary target. That's just nice single target damage.
So yeah, and I was gonna say I don't know if I like that for Mythic Plus. I mean, it's not bad. It's a little weird because you're gonna lose that if you attack a different target.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be good for boss fight stuff. It's not bad.
Yeah. Next is Hack and Slash. Rampage is a 35% chance to refund a charge of Raging Blow. That's decent, you know.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's a good thing to have.
yeah, because we're gonna need one of the 3 to unlock Recklessness. So, next is Slaughtering Strikes. Raging Blow and Annihilator cause every strike of your next Rampage to deal an additional 10% damage, or an additional 3% damage, stacking up to 5 times. What is Annihilator?
Um, it's a good question. There it is, all the way on the left side. Your auto attacks with one-handed weapons deal an additional physical damage. It's like the very last talent, all the way on the left. Um, if that left
Oh, I
side
see.
is if that left side is meant to be using single-minded fury, then that left side is probably not going to get touched.
Yeah, because Annihilator says one-handed weapons.
Yes, yeah. So Annihilator doesn't sound like it's going to be great. Now, again, I could be wrong. They may have put maybe that wasn't in there before. I haven't paid attention to warrior talent changes. Um, all I know is that about a week or 2 ago, I know they basically said that single-minded fury is not meant to be is probably not going to be their top build for anything.
Right.
All right, so then back to the middle section here. This last 3 talents, we have Ashen Juggernaut, which execute increases the critical strike chance of execute by 10% for 12 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. That's nice for an execute phase. If you can get the resets on it, because I don't think that. Yeah, we don't have like Arms has the unlimited execute. Fury Warrior, I don't think gets that.
Yeah, they have like a 4-second cooldown or something on execute.
Yeah, it's got a cooldown on it, but it's not too bad. And plus,
Doesn't cost rage.
you can reset it, and it lasts for 12 seconds. So you're probably going to be able to stack that up to the maximum amount of times pretty easily. Because I think it starts out as a baseline 9-second cooldown, and that gets reduced, I believe, by your haste. But also we have abilities that have a chance to move that down. All right,
Yeah.
so then for Mythic Plus, this is the talent that is really nice. Um, improved Whirlwind. Whirlwind causes your next 2 single target attacks to strike up to 4 additional targets for 45%. Whirlwind no longer costs rage. Instead, it generates 3 rage plus an additional 1 per target hit, capping out at 5 targets for a maximum of 8 rage every time you use it. Mythic Plus, you're going to use that.
Yeah.
Wrath and Fury, damage of raging blows increased by 5%. This possibility will be increasing that. We'll see. All right, go ahead and you can do this next row.
All right. So we got Frenzied Flurry. Increases auto attack damage with one-handed weapons. Again, so I'm not really gonna get into that. That's pretty pointless. Bloodborne. Bleed damage of Odin's Fury, Thunder's Roar, and Gushing Wounds increase by 30%. It would be nice if you could go down the left tree and not have to worry about one-handed Fury stuff, but
I mean, yeah, you might still be able to pick and choose some stuff that isn't affected by one-handed weapons.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, I think the stuff that, and again, maybe one-handed, single-minded Fury, maybe they'll balance it out better than what they have so far.
Yeah. Next is Blood Craze. Bloodthirst increases the critical strike chance of your next Bloodthirst by 10% instead of 5 times. That's okay. Bloodthirst damage still won't be that high. It might be okay though.
Yeah.
Or you get Skull Banner, which is the critical strike damage with 20% for party members for 10 seconds. If I was to pick between any of them, I'd probably pick Skull Banner since it's a team-wide thing.
Yep, I have a hunch we'll be taking points to unlock that at least.
Yeah. Next is Recklessness. That's a no-brainer. You get that. It's a really good ability.
Yep.
Next is Massacre to execute is usable targets below 35% health, and its cooldown is reduced by 1.5 seconds.
There
I
you
guess
go.
it makes it probably like, what, a 4 or 3-second cooldown, something like that.
Well, I know. So again, I know initially it is a 9-second cooldown, I believe.
Okay.
Let me actually double check down here. Execute class. Execute. Okay, so it's a 6-second cooldown. I thought it was a 9-second cooldown. It looks like they got it as a 6-second cooldown. So if we reduce it, that doesn't reduce it. That one doesn't reduce it. That doesn't reduce it. Okay, so that would make it a 4.5-second cooldown, which is definitely good.
Oh, my door's open by itself. It's moving.
I don't see any movement. Is it the one behind you? Is it not
No,
on camera?
no, it's like right
Ah,
here. 1 second.
okay. Hey, who's that guy behind you? I see your curtain moving.
Do you?
Yeah, your curtain just moved. It was the part that's hanging by the window. It's like curled up. It was moving.
Thanks. Okay. All right.
Hang on. Move your head to the left a little. I want to just kind of watch there. All right, we have turned from talent deep dive to a ghost hunting here. Just for anyone that isn't aware, Bioshock's pretty sure his house is haunted.
Doors like to open by themselves a lot.
Yeah, and
Like a
apparently the
lot.
curtains like to move. Now the curtain might have moved if you opened up the door and then closed it. It might have had a little bit of wind caused by that. I don't know if you did or not though, because it moved a decent amount.
Seen like a little thing right there.
Yeah.
In the window.
Yep.
Little white spot.
Yeah. I don't see any movement, although it does kind of look like the top of a head a little bit. Little ghost head peeking in at you. It probably appreciates you have that curtain pulled up.
Oh well.
It's not moving, so I'd be more concerned if it was moving. It seems pretty stationary. So if it is a ghost, it's just standing there staring at you. But it also could just be, a reflection of the curtain or something. All right.
Yeah.
Back to this. All right, I think we had just on Massacre. So
right.
This next one I like.
Meat Cleaver.
Mm-hmm.
Whirlwind deals 25% more damage. Now it affects up to 4 single target melee attacks instead of the next 2 attacks. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yes, so that is ultimately. I don't think that was anything that they had. I could be wrong. I haven't played Fury Warrior in Shadowlands, so they might have had that in Shadowlands. But I know in BFA, all you had was improved Whirlwind, which made the next 2 attacks.
Right.
This is because Whirlwind itself doesn't do a ton of damage. I think you have to have like 8 targets before Whirlwind is just your priority. So having it cause the next 4, that's less GCDs you have to spend on Whirlwind, and more that you can spend on Raging Blow, Rampage, or Bloodthirst and get a lot more damage out. So I like that a lot.
And then the last one is Raging Armaments.
Yep.
Raging Blow gains an extra charge.
So as we go ahead and start picking our talents here, I'm gonna put obviously improved Whirlwind. I'm gonna have Meat Cleaver.
Yep.
I'm gonna probably take that extra charge of Raging Armaments because that gives us 3 charge of Raging Blow, and that's kind
Yeah.
of whenever Rampage is not available, that's kind of your go-to is the Raging Blow. That's supposed to be your go-to at least.
Yeah.
And then you use Bloodthirst if you don't have Enrage up. Like if Enrage is down, then you go ahead and use your Bloodthirst. But if you have Enrage, you don't usually use Bloodthirst unless you just don't have any charges of Raging Blow.
Right.
That being said, I also think I'm going to make my Raging Blow increase damage by 5%.
Yep. We got 6 talents left.
Yeah, so I'm going to use Ashen Juggernaut. I'm really filling up this
Really?
right side. Yes. And so here's the thing. Execute also, with the Whirlwind ability, Execute will hit 4 or up to 5 more targets, or 4 additional targets. That
Right.
Execute damage can be very strong. So yeah, I'm gonna use Ashen Juggernaut and Massacre. I like that side of the tree a lot for Mythic Plus.
And it only gets better, I think, too.
Yeah. On the left side, I don't see anything other than if I was gonna try to get Skull Banner, which right now I think that's a if we have the points to spend. If we're gonna try to get Skull Banner, I would probably go with Focus and Chaos, Cold Steel, Hot Blood, and then Skull Banner, just so I only have to spend 3 points to get it.
Right.
Um,
Or you go Frenzy and get it 2 points.
True. That's also a much better option, honestly. Which I definitely gonna get Frenzy, because the Rampage haste increase, that's very nice. It's gonna be stronger on single target, but I do like it. Recklessness, obviously we're gonna get that.
Yeah. Got 2 left. Do we go Hack and Slash for Raging Blower chance to refund?
That's kind of what I'm debating. We have 2 points, so
yeah.
The question, I guess, is do we want to get Skull Banner?
I think so.
I think I agree with that one. So then I have to choose between slaughtering. Go ahead.
We could get Focus and Chaos just for that auto attack damage when we're enraged.
I mean, maybe, but I don't feel like your auto attacks are gonna be a primary method of damage anyway. And I think I would rather, because Raging Blow is going to be a very strong damaging ability. I think for me, Raging Blow, we don't care about Annihilator because we're not going to have that. So Raging Blow would cause every strike of your next rampage to deal an additional 10% damage or an additional 3% damage, stacking up to 5 times. Well, which is it? 10% or an additional 3%? Maybe it's 10%.
Yeah, 10% for Raging Blow and then 3% for Annihilator.
Yeah, maybe it's what it is. Yeah, because Annihilator is one-handed auto attacks.
Yeah.
I kind of like the Raging Blow because you can make that Rampage. Again, you have to keep in mind from a Mythic Plus perspective, all of these single target abilities are going to be AoE abilities.
Yeah.
So if you can make it strong, a single target ability stronger, it's going to be good. I think for now I'm going to go Slaughtering Strikes. I think if I have a talent to spend later, I'm going to go back and get Hack and Slash.
Okay.
Just because I really like that. The one nice thing is this left side of the tree doesn't seem very good, so I feel like it makes the choices a lot easier.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you have? What do you think? Do you have any other things, any other build that you would do differently, or?
Nope, I think it's all good.
All right. So then I'll start off with these three here. We've got Def Experience, which makes the mastery is increased by 1.5%, and Bloodthirst cooldown reduced by 0.75 seconds. And if you put two talents in there, that is 1.5 seconds, and it's reduced by. It's whatever. Swift Strikes is in the middle here. It increases your haste by 1.5%. And Raging Blow and Annihilator generate an additional 1 rage. If you put 2 points in it, it's 2 rage, which is nice. Nice rage generation there.
Yep.
And then Critical Thinking. I think this is also there in ARMS a little bit, worded a little bit differently, but similar function. Critical strike chance is increased by 1.5%, and Raging Blows damaging critical strikes deal 5% increased damage. Again, the build for Fury Warrior for Mythic Plus seems like the way we're going is basically increase that Raging Blow a ton.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take us on that second row there.
Okay. We got Storm of Swords in this left part of the tree, which Whirlwind and Slime have a 6-second and 12-second cooldown, but deal 100%, 200% increased damage. Slam also generates 20 rage. That's actually pretty good talent.
Yeah, with Whirlwind only being increased to 6 seconds and having it work for your next 4 charges, unless you are just taking on 8 to 10 adds, I think it's going to be a DPS increase because you should basically have that ability back up. And if it's still going to be lowered by your haste, that might be more like a 5-second, 4.5-second cooldown. So I think you shouldn't have any issue with taking that and being able to still get your Whirlwind off on every 5th GCD. And then being able to make all your single target abilities still be turned into AoE. So yeah, I like that one. I think we'll end up possibly going down and taking points to get that.
Next is Odin's Fury. A lot of warriors are pretty hyped for this. It's the Legion artifact weapon ability for Fury.
Okay.
It's just some straight up damage followed by a bleed. To everybody within 12 yards. No target cap on it either.
That is nice. Generates 20 rage too.
Yeah.
I like it.
Next is a choice between Anger Management and Reckless Abandon. Anger Management for Fury. Every 20 rage you spend reduced to the remaining cooldown Recklessness by 1 second. Or Reckless Abandon. Recklessness generates 50 rage and greatly imparts Bloodthirst and Raging Blow. So how this works on live right now is when you use Reckless Abandon, that Raging Blow turns like a charge ability if they're out of range while your recklessness is up.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool, and they do a lot more damage too. But yeah, pretty interesting.
Yeah, and then we have our Onslaught.
Onslaught, brutally attack the enemy for 158% of attack power physical damage and become enraged for 5 seconds.
Ooh.
So this is a straight up enrage. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
This next one is what replaces Bladestorm for Fury, since Fury doesn't get Bladestorm anymore.
Gotcha.
Is Ravager. Basically how it works is you throw down a weapon at your target and it will slightly chase them at a slow pace. But it's that Bladestorm AoE that it comes with, but it lasts for 12 seconds and hits up to 8 targets and then reduce after that with a 1.5 minute recharge.
Yeah, and so that's 6 seconds longer than Bladestorm. Yeah.
Plus you can use other attacks while Ravager's out, so I think Ravager's a good one to pick up.
Yep. All right, so then on this last row here, we have Annihilator, which is causes your auto attacks with one-handed weapons to deal an additional 18.8% of attack power physical damage. I'm sorry, but that is an extra one. The fact that nobody's probably going to be using that, but also that just feels like an extremely underwhelming capstone talent. Like,
Yeah.
here, 18% buff to your auto attacks. Like, that, I don't like that being in that spot. That should be in the middle section, probably. uh, yeah, I don't like that at all. Um, then we have a choice between Dancing Blades, which Odin's Fury increases your auto attack speed by 30% for 10 seconds. And then the other choice, we don't know what it is yet, is a placeholder talent. Are you logged into PTR?
I can.
Yeah, I'm logging in too. You'll probably get in there before me. I was just curious if they've put anything in.
Oh, I see.
I doubt that they have, but I was just kind of curious if they have and Wowhead just hasn't updated. Let's see, I am in. And nope, they still don't have anything. Alright, so then we have Unbridled Ferocity here in the middle section. Rampage has a 20% chance to grant Recklessness for 4 seconds. Love that.
Yeah.
Um, Depths of Insanity, Recklessness lasts 4 seconds longer. Love that.
Yep.
Uh, Pulverize, Onslaught enrages you, and Enrage now lasts 1 second longer. Okay, so. I thought Onslaught already enraged you.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, brutally attack and become enraged for 5 seconds. So, yeah, it should already. But I do like that enrage lasts for a second longer. That is nice. It
Yeah.
doesn't sound like
Yep.
much, but that is
It's
nice.
quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it adds up. And then Storm of Steel, Ravager's damage is reduced by 50%, but it now has 2 charges. Or you can choose Hurricane, and while Ravager is active, Blade Storming, every 1 second you gain 5% movement speed and 5% strength, stacking lasting 6 seconds. So it's
That's pretty nice strength if it's gonna last. Ravager's gonna last 12 seconds.
well, the Ravager is only going to last for 6 seconds, or not the Ravager, but the that buff is only going to last for 6 seconds, and it's going to go away. But it's still
Oh,
not
right.
bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like. Hang on one second. I got a text from FedEx here.
There's some good choices.
Yeah, I agree.
Is
I think it's. I
even
think
the
it's
left
kind
side of
of.
the tree is nice.
Yeah, I think it's kind of an easier tree to figure out what you want to do from a Mythic Plus perspective, because I think the left side, especially that middle section, was very underwhelming. I think it gets a little bit better here at the end, but I think I have an idea of which directions I'm going to be going with it. All right. So, I think we're gonna put 2 talents into Death Experience and Storm of Swords. So that's 3 points right there. Leaves us 5 more. That's the only thing I don't like about that, is it kind of takes away a little bit. But
I even think Odin's Fury is a good talent as well.
so yeah, I was gonna say I agree with that. I think so too. Um,
Kind of weird to have you right and then pick out some left ones at the end.
right. Um, I don't think, obviously we don't know what the placeholder talent is, but I don't think I'm putting anything in either of those right now.
We could go into Swift Strikes and get Reckless Abandon and like Unbridled Ferocity or something.
Yeah, so I definitely want. So I don't want Reckless Abandon, honestly, in my opinion. I think Anger Management would be better, to get Recklessness up more often. from a Mythic Plus perspective, I think that's the better way to go. But I don't know. I haven't messed with Reckless Abandon at all.
Well, Reckless Abandon is something you picked in PvP, so you're probably right.
Gotcha. Yeah, because that anger management, it works just like it did for arms. Yeah, every 20 rage you spend reduces the remaining cooldown of recklessness by a second. And so Rampage cost 80 rage. Now, a lot of times you're going to get free procs, I think. I haven't seen anything in here for that. I know there was. It used to work where... Um, is there anything in here that makes that proc? I don't see any talents. I know there was a passive ability that would make that potentially proc and give you a free charge that would cost any fury at all or any rage at all to use Rampage. But I don't see anything in here like that, so I don't know if that's still a passive ability or it would be under the spec if it is. Let's see. So Titan's Grip is already a passive ability. Nope. Yeah, I don't see anything on there. So you may actually have to just full out spend your rage on your Rampage now.
Yeah, you
Which
don't send much rage and anything else.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't seem like it's that bad of a deal because nothing else really costs rage, just generates it.
Yeah.
Bloodthirst generates rage. Raging Blow generates rage. Your Whirlwind generates rage. So I don't think it's too much of an issue, honestly. Your Execute may cost some rage. Nope, doesn't look like it costs anything. It doesn't generate anything, but it doesn't cost anything. Yeah, so what do I have? I've got 1 point left. So I guess my question now is, am I taking Unbridled Ferocity or Depths of Insanity, or am I taking Ravager?
You don't have a point in Ravager yet?
Nope.
I do. I still have 3 talents left.
Yeah, putting a point in Ravager, that's the rest of my talents.
I haven't put anything in the middle part yet. That's why.
Oh, you haven't done Swift Strikes or Anger Management? Gotcha.
Just trying to choose in Ravager and like Depths or Unbridled. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I was trying to choose between Unbridled, Depths, or Ravager. I think Ravager is probably what I want to go with to get that powerful AoE. Because we don't really have a big cooldown outside of Recklessness. And we got Odin's Fury now. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want Ravager or if I'd rather... The thing that's weird is if I take Ravager, I have no points in that last row at all.
Yeah.
That feels a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's odd. Like I said, in that last row, the only thing I would even be interested in, really, I feel like would be maybe Hurricane, Pulverize, possibly, or Depths or Unbridled Ferocity. And I think I would go with Unbridled Ferocity. 20% proc chance. I think it's better than Depths of Insanity, where you just get 4 seconds longer on Recklessness. Because that only increases to 16 seconds. I feel like on Bridal Ferocity, you're going to have probably 2 to 3 times of getting that to proc between Recklessness uptime.
Yeah,
Just my opinion. I feel like Unbridled Ferocity is probably better.
I agree.
Yeah, no, it feels weird not having anything in that last row. That's the only thing I'm kind of like, that's odd.
Yeah,
But no, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. It doesn't feel like it's really a different play style at all. Like, it doesn't seem like it's changing the rotation too much,
it
other
really
than,
isn't. Yeah,
yeah, it feels like for Mythic Plus, it's the same, very similar build. The thing that's nice about it, like I said, is that Meat Cleaver. I really like that, making the next 4 single target attacks be AoE instead of just 2. Odin's Fury looks like it could be fun. Let's see. What do you think?
I like running Odin's Fury and Storm of Swords. I think it's. I don't know. I think yeah, Fury hasn't really changed too much, but some of these other abilities that are kind of cool, like Skull Banner and Odin's Fury. I don't know. I think what we've got's pretty good.
Yeah. Um, do do do. What's that one? Thought I put a point into that.
Do what?
Oh, that wrenching impact that makes the heroic leap. Um, do the little pull, but I don't think we did.
It's in the class tree.
Yeah, I was looking at the class tree. That's what I was looking at. They had changed that. I don't know if it was today or a couple days ago. Looks like it was 1 day ago. It was 15 within 15 yards. Now it's within 10. Not a big change, but I just was looking. I was trying to see if they've got any kind of builds out yet. I do not see anything. No, I think I like what we've got there. Again,
Me too.
it's bound to change. I think there's a lot of stuff that will still get changed throughout. We still got a few months, so I think there'll be a lot of changes to all of the talent trees, honestly. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, there's some classes like Demon Hunter. I hope they don't change too much because I really like what they have. Oh, then other classes like Druid need some massive changes. Um,
Well,
I
it
think,
changed balance today, apparently.
yeah, I think Balance and Resto possibly um, got changed today or yesterday, one of the two. 'Cause I meant to message you and tell you that earlier. Um, Yep, they've got Feral and Resto Druid changes. But no, I'm still most excited about my Demon Hunter, talents. I really like the tanking stuff. I need to that's what I need to see if they've got Mythic Plus available yet on PTR. I don't think they do. I don't know if they're going to. Let me see here. They do not. Rip. Yeah, I would love to try out the Vengeance spec with the new talents. I really, really am looking forward to how much self-sustain that they're going to get. I think it could be
Yeah.
really, really strong. I really hope they're going to be really strong. But yeah, no, that is our Fury Warrior deep dive. Um, as always, hit that like button, subscribe button if you're enjoying the videos. If you have any thoughts on Fury Warrior, please feel free to comment on the video. Let us know what you think. Uh, neither one of us has a ton of experience. I played it a little bit back in BFA.
Same.
That's about it. I haven't touched Warrior in Shadowlands. I got my Warrior to level 60, and I have not touched him since. I literally still have War Mode on. And anybody that knows me knows that as soon as I hit max level, War Mode gets turned off. But yeah, no, I think I'm more excited about the Arms Warrior than I am the Fury Warrior, because it
Yeah.
doesn't really look very different. Now again, there's a couple little ways to get some bleeds, but Thunderous Roar, puts a bleed on there too, so that's nice. Yeah, I guess so. At least on the Fury side of things, the class tree still provides some really good cooldowns with Spear of Bastion and Thunderous Roar. I do like those. Um, if we really wanted to, we could go into. If we wanted to go kind of a bleed route, we definitely could go that if we went on the left side a little bit. Because you can increase that Bloodthirst and have Bloodthirst give Gushing Wound. Now, I don't know if that would work with Whirlwind. Not sure. Not sure if Whirlwind having, making Bloodthirst hit multiple targets, if that would put the Gushing Wound on all of them or just the primary target.
Right.
Because, again, I could see, once you do that, you've got a bleed from Odin's Fury, you've got a bleed from Spear of Bastion, and you've got a bleed from Thunderous Roar, and you've got a bleed from your Bloodthirst. So, that's some decent damage, and then that Bloodborne talent increases your Odin's Fury bleed, Thunderous Roar bleed, and Gushing Wound bleed. So it doesn't really sound like it increases Spear of Bastion bleed, but, it's whatever.
Yeah.
It's still a nice increase to the bleed, so that could be a fun play style. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to kind of look at it plays out.
Yep.
But yep, that is it. Whew, I am tired. It is late. I'm gonna eat some food after this and then go to sleep. Not that it'll matter for this video, but I'm doing a speed run tomorrow night. By the time this video is up, it'll probably be later that same night. And, if you don't watch the video in the first 5 hours of it being available, probably gonna already miss the speed run. But yes, speed run tomorrow night. Looking forward to that. I've got some work to practice on still. Get the route completely down. We'll see how this speed run goes. Yeah, not necessarily like, nervous about it, but I don't have like huge expectations just because it's a very much a brand new route.
Right.
So we'll see how that goes. That's kind of the big thing with speedruns is you have to figure out what's the most efficient route, but then you have to get used to it. Um, it's interesting. I think it should be about 7 hours. I think is what we'll hit. That's my guess. Which will set the record because currently the record for 10 to 60 is like 9.5 hours, 9 hours 26 minutes, I think. And I should be able to annihilate that at this point.
Right.
I think the longest it'll take me would be 8 hours. Um, and that'll still be an hour and a half of beating it and setting the record. But yep, as usual, I am Buckblind. We got QQ underscore Bioshock over there, along with his ghost friend in the background there. And um, you can catch us on Twitch. I am at twitch.tv/Buckblind. He is at twitch.tv/QQ underscore Bioshock. I am on Twitter at BuckblindDH, and the YouTube video that you're probably currently watching, our channel is Buckblind the Demon Hunter. And as I teased in a couple of videos, we do have some news that we'll be sharing eventually. Not quite yet, but keep watching the videos and we'll get you some more information and you can find out that news. It'll be in one of our upcoming videos. Which one?
Yep.
Don't know.
Who
You'll have to
knows?
watch them to find out. Appreciate you all for watching, though. Again, if you're liking the videos, hit like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I keep hearing all my son's YouTube videos. They all say this, so only 20% of our viewers tend to subscribe, so please hit the subscribe button, and somehow that magically makes it work. I don't know. Also, it's funny. They'll say stuff like, if you don't hit the likes, if you don't want me to die, then hit the like button right now. And
Yeah.
it's weird. People are crazy, but it's all good. Whatever you can to get those likes and subscribes, I guess.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, I'm not too concerned about all that. I don't expect that we'll ever make money off of this. But, just want people to have some information, kind of a more casual, laid-back view on things.
Have fun with us.
Exactly. We're not experts on a lot of these classes. Again, if you disagree with what we've got on here, go right ahead. Let us know in the comments if you have different ideas on the talents. Very open to hearing any feedback on it. If you disagree with us, please let us know what you think would be better. Absolutely. If you want to argue on Demon Hunter, I'll shut that down right away. But Demon Hunter's my love, man. But yep, that is all for now. Bioshock, you got anything?
Nope. Just want to thank you guys for watching and stick around for more.
Absolutely. All right. Well, appreciate you all, and y'all have a good one.